our Around the World segment tonight, ISIS has suffered a major defeat in Iraq. This week, they surrendered the key town of Baaj in northwestern Iraq, which had been under their control for over a decade. Watch.
This battle, in which Iraqi military spared no efforts, has entered its final phase, and less than 10% of West Bank of Mosul await to be recaptured. In fact, we can declare the victory of Mosul liberation very soon.
With me now, retired Brigadier General and author of Besieged, General A.J. Tata. General, good to see you.
Great to be with you, Liz.
General, this might be the most overlooked story of the week. The liberals in the mainstream media are so worried about James Comey and about Russia, obstruction of justice, smoking guns that don't exist, that they have completely neglected to talk about this story. This town of Baaj, this is where the ISIS leader has been hiding out. Al-Baghdadi, this is where he made his home, and Iraqi forces retook it.
That's right, but I can promise you if Obama was president, it would be plastered all over the front pages that Obama had a knife in his teeth and had retaken the town personally. So yes, it is, and it's just typical of the mainstream media today. And my hats off to you and One America News for covering this. This is a major victory. This is a major win for the coalition. And there are some issues with it, though. There's some fur on it because it's Shia that has secured this town. And Soleimani, the Iranian Special Forces commander, has been seen in the area. So this, we talk a lot every week about the three-dimensional chess we're playing. When we think about Israel and the coalition that is forming with some Arab nations to defend against the Iranian influence, this comes into play now. Soleimani's up on the Syrian border. This is a big victory for the coalition, but it also demonstrates Iranian penetration into the Arab world, which is huge.
And General Soleimani, as we remember, he's part of the IRGC. He's not even supposed to leave his country of Iran. He's been cited several times in Moscow. Very shady character, very bad guy. What does this mean then? I mean, you're absolutely right. Three-dimensional chess is the best way to describe this here, because what should be a victory is, a little bit diminished, I guess, by the fact that we don't know exactly who's going to be in charge of this or what their motivation is. But overall, General, what does this mean for our fight against ISIS in the Middle East?
I think it's huge. It puts Baghdadi on the run. And so if you can get rid of Baghdadi is tantamount to bin Laden. Baghdadi is to ISIS is what bin Laden was to al-Qaeda. And so if you can cut that head off the snake, as we've discussed before, Liz, then you begin to work from the inside out the dissolution of the ideology. And because it is personality that holds this ideology together, like any big true believer ideology. So you got to get to Baghdadi. Baghdadi's on the run. That means he's got to communicate. That means he might make a mistake. People usually make a mistake when they do that. And we have great capability to figure out where people are.
Right, and talk to me about where he might be going. I mean, I know he's been spotted both in Baaj, but also in Raqqa. There was actually a recent report that within the last couple months, he was spotted in Baaj, but he looked very thin and very stooped, the source said. Now, truthfully, General, I don't know what he looked like except for his face before that, so I don't know if that's a drastic difference from what he used to look like. But what is he going to do next? I mean, clearly they suffered a huge defeat. Is he just going to hunker down and leave the rest of his ISIS fighters that clearly have a death wish just by staying in Baaj?
Yeah, well, he will leave his fighters behind because he has no loyalty to his fighters. He is a cash king, mercenary, and he's been bilking and privatizing everything for his own aggrandizement. So he doesn't care about the people who are fighting in the name of ISIS. What he cares about is his own enrichment. Now that he's on the run, and if he is looking gone, he used to be a little bit heavy-set kind of guy. That means the play now is never stay in the same place for 1 or 2 nights, and so that's going to get inside his psyche and his decision cycle and all of that. And whenever we have huge success in Iraq, we start to have bombings overseas. So in London and other areas also. So I think. The London bombings are an indicator of some of the success we're having in Iraq because they're trying to divert attention, as gruesome as the London bombings are.
Right. Well, it'll be very interesting to see. I guess we'll have to just wait on that. General, thanks so much for being here today. I appreciate it. It's always great to talk to you.